Hi there. So we're talking about now when we're on all fours. So I'll just pop myself onto on all fours, which we do a lot of our exercise in like this as well. So when we're in on all fours, we always have our wrists directly underneath our shoulders there. And we try and have a little micro bend in the elbows because otherwise we get this awful overextension. So we don't want to hurt our joints. So we just pop a little tiny micro bend in. When you've got a micro bend in, that fleshy bit there goes to the side. When you extend, it goes to the back there. So we have our fingers nicely spread, your digits taking a lot of the weight of your upper body there, so it's not all going into your wrists, and people that aren't used to being in this position can get real fatigued in their wrists. So we try and use the whole surface area of the hand to take our weight. And then our knees are always hip distance apart. And as we start to move in exercise, people shove them a little bit further together because we forget that our hips have got that lovely foundation, that wideness to them. So we have our knees underneath our hips there. And then we look like a table with four legs, as tables have, and then a tabletop. So we imagine our back is a table. So obviously tables aren't like this or like this. We do this. We do a lot of mobilization and movement, and neither is it like this. We don't hang off our shoulders. We're very sturdy in our table base in forming a lovely, nice, flat back, as much as backs are flat because they're not really. But what we try and do is think about, I always talk about having a carpenter's spirit level across shoulder to shoulder, and it contacts the spirit level with the shoulders and maybe a tiny bit of the spine. But when we're just poised, it's not too important. You can have your spine just tucked away from where that spirit level would join, and then obviously to the other shoulder. When we start to put pressures, put our weight into our shoulder, we can come up a tiny bit. It's very, very subtle. So we always talk about a ladybird and how when it's closed, you can't see the gap. And then when you start to see a ladybird go into flight, it opens up its wings slightly, and that's like spreading the wings of your scapula there, the bony bit of your shoulder blades. When they open a tiny bit, we're a little bit stronger. But when we're just stood doing nothing, we try and have that gap of the ladybird wings tightly zipped shut. And I explain when we come out of that, when, as and when. And the bottom of your pelvis is very, very straight as well. And we challenge this a lot to try and build our muscles into alignment, building them up in that gait so that you've got lovely aligned muscles, keeping your joints nice and safe as you go about your movement in your business of your day. So that's lovely alignment in your back. And I can't wait to show you how we challenge that in exercise and get it nice and built up and sturdy in its alignment. Oh, by the way, yeah, look, if you look at this way, that's lovely and straight. When I tuck my elbow, my arm away, it tipped there. So when we do that in our exercises, we try and keep that nice and tight and level. We try not to lose everything off the table when we start to move the table legs, our limbs about.